Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm doing this beautiful Easter egg tutorial. Yes, I've decided to change my name to Grace Makes. What do you think, or should I keep it as Crafting GT? Let me know. So these eggs I got from B&M's. They were £3.50 and it's like a little craft kit for kids. It has like little paints in there, little foam cutouts, sheets of stickers, googly eyes, things like that. And I thought these would make brilliant decoupage eggs. So that's what I'm going to do with them today. So to start out, I obviously got them out of the box. And then I got some, again, napkins. These were off eBay again. I think there was 4 of them in the pack that I got, and there was something like £3. But I did love the little bird on them, so I thought I'd try those. So to start, what I did was I cut out the actual piece on the napkin that I wanted. I'm just trying to get the eggs stable here because obviously they're curved, aren't they? And they don't stand up straight. So I was trying to find something to keep them on, and this cutout worked fine. So yeah, I then decided what I wanted to cut out. Obviously I wanted the bird on the eggs, but I didn't know exactly how much to cut. So I'm just overlaying it here and trying to figure out what size I need to cut. And then I start cutting the actual napkin. So I did actually start ripping the napkin, and then I thought, no, bad idea, very bad idea. Get the scissors out, cut it straight. So my initial thought as I was going along and I was cutting it out was to put the napkin, because I'm actually peeling the layers off here, you see, and I was going to put the napkin all over the egg, and then I kept thinking to myself, that's not going to work. So eventually I do cut the bird out first and I use that on the actual egg. If I'd have tried to put everything, the whole sheet on the egg, it would have just turned out into a big mess. I'm sure it would. So that's why I cut out the bird separately. And then it was time to decoupage. So I'm using the Mod Podge that I treated myself to. And I'm putting it on liberally onto the egg, and then put the actual napkin piece over, and then go over the top of it with Mod Podge. Now you may see me ripping a few pieces. That's just to make sure that it fits around the curve of the egg. It did fold over in a couple of places, which I didn't mind. You couldn't really tell that, but I do rip a few places just to make sure that it does cover the roundness of the egg. And here they both are, just as I'd finished them. So once I'd let them dry, it was then time to add on some decoration. Now, initially my thought was to use like a little bead just to go around them. And then I thought, no, I want something at the top, something that would look pretty. So I got the, what's it called? Airdryclay out. This is one that I tried just one side of the decoupage with the flowers, and I ended up ripping it, but it turns out really nice at the end. Anyway, so I get the airdryclay out, and I've got this little mould with leaves on it. I did try a couple of different leaves, but I liked the ivy leaf more than the others. Now, when I say it took me a long time to get all these ivy leaves, I need a bigger mould, I think, and I need a couple of moulds so that I'm doing like more things at once, so I can make more leaves at once. I was only able to make 2 at a time, 3 at a time using this mould, so it did drive me potty. do still need to master the technique of using airdryclay as well, because a few times I ended up, spoiling the actual leaf because I was too heavy-handed with it. So I do need to work on that. So once I'd got a few of the leaves out of the mould, it was then deciding where I wanted to put them. So I placed one out where I thought it would look nice, and then I got the Mod Podge out and I just put some glue on the back of the leaf and put them where I wanted on the egg. And then from there we go on to colour them. So once I got all the leaves on where I wanted them and it was dry, then it was time to paint them. So I started off with the dark green, just to bring out all the light low parts of the, well, not the low parts actually, the high parts of the leaves. So I just go in and I pounce on some dark green. Then it's time for the trusty hairdryer, just to get them all dried out. And as you can see there, I did actually put a leaf on the back as well. I thought that made it look pretty. So then it was time to add some colour to the eggs. So as you can see, I've got like a light blue and a white acrylic paint, and I'm just mixing them together to try and find a colour that's similar to the colour of the paper of the actual napkin. It doesn't matter if it's not an exact match, just as near as possible. And then I go round and I paint basically the back of the eggs as well as much of the space in between the leaves as I can as well. And then it's out with the hairdryer again. And then I found that it was very streaky, the paint, because I'd used a paintbrush. So I just go back in with this little sponge and pounce it back on the blue. And then I tried to add some, like speckles for eggs, but I found that it wasn't quite working for me. I think the paint that I'd mixed was a bit too watery and it wasn't quite sitting how I wanted it. So later on you'll see I go in with some darker colours and just the end of a tool, just making little dots. Now whether it does look like a speckle of a bird egg, I'm not sure. So then I thought to myself, right, there's something missing on the back here. I wanted something a little bit more. So I took some leftover of the napkin, some of the flowers, and I just added them onto the back in different places on the eggs. And I think it gave them that little bit extra. So here's where I try to add the speckles. Does it work? What do you think? I'm not quite sure myself. So once the speckles and the decoupage was all dry, I then go over it with some varnish, quite liberally really, on the areas that are blue, not the leaves that are sticking up. This is so that when I come in again to paint the actual leaves, if any of it does go onto the blue area or the picture, it's easily wiped off. And of course, the trusty hairdryer. So then I'm just going to add a lighter shade of green onto the leaves, trying to get round the sides of them as well, just to make it look like they are leaves. I'm using the lighter colour so that it will go into the lower parts of the leaves, if you know what I mean, and then I'll come back in later with another colour just over the top. And then of course it's hairdryer time. So now I'm just going back over with the dark green, and hindsight is a wonderful thing. Perhaps I should have used the lighter green first. And then I went back over with a little bit of white just to bring back some highlights. And then of course it's hairdryer time. So to one of them I added some ribbon just to see if it would look pretty, and to the other two I just added some cord. Let me know which one you prefer in the comments. And this is the finished result. What do you think, guys? If you've got this far in, please do like the video. Liking the video does actually help YouTube share it out to other people, for other people to see. And please do, if you're not, please do subscribe. That would mean a great deal. So what do you think? I think they're absolutely beautiful, and I do intend to make some more. A friend at work actually said to me, oh, I'll have some of those for my tree. So I am going to make some more. But do let me know in the comments what you do think. And like I've said before, please do like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Bye.